Hello, hello. I am back to help you do this thing called life. We've been talking about Jesus, his temptations, his emotions, his responses to people, just all the things that made him human because he was human. And sometimes we forget that. We've been examining what he's done to win, just looking at his practices sometimes because we know that he won every time. So today, it won't be long, I don't think. And we are looking at Luke chapter 22, verses 7 through 13. It says, Then came the day of unleavened bread, when the Passover must be killed. And he, being Jesus, sent Peter and John, saying, Go and prepare us the Passover, that we may eat. And they said unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare? And he said unto them, Behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you, bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth, and ye shall say unto the good man of the house, The master saith unto thee, Where is the guest chamber, where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? And he shall show you a large upper room furnished. There make ready. And they went in and found as he had said unto them, and they made ready the Passover. So, our lesson today is really very simple, but it's something that we often overlook. I really do believe many of us overlook it in the body of Christ, maybe in the organizations that we're in. And it's really knowing your team. When I think about it, well, let's look at what Jesus did first. It was time for the Passover. He told Peter and John, look, go get the food ready. So Peter and John were cooks. Not just cooks, but they did cook. And one thing I noticed is that they didn't start squabbling over why them. Now there was a time, and I'll have to look it up, where I think Jesus told Peter to go do something, and he asked like, "Well, what about John?" And Peter is like, Jesus is like, "What does that have to do with you?" Um, and so I guess that by this time they had grown though, and they weren't squabbling about who was told to do what. But I feel like the reason there wasn't a squabble is because Jesus knew his team. He knew who was with him. He knew their skills. He knew their weaknesses, their strengths, what they were good at, probably what they were horrible at. Because he could have told Judas and somebody else, Judas and Andrew, to go do the meal, and it might have been disastrous. But he sent Peter and John, which were two from his inner circle. He knew them. He knew that they would carry out what he said to a T. He told them where to go, and they went. He told them what to say, and they said that. He told them what to do, and they did that. So we look at the maturity level of the people that was around him, and they weren't always there. But he kept at it until he helped them mature. He continued to teach the lessons until they began to mature in that thing. But it's really important that you know your team, because think about any team, any sports or athletic team. If it's in football, the coaches know how to see who's best suited for what. They're not gonna, there's and now I don't know anything about sports, okay? But I do know that there is a defense and there's an offense. There's you have the quarterback, you have tight ends, but I know that they're different positions, and I know that people have different strengths, and then there are some who are able to who are able to be on defense and offense as needed. But you better know who those people are. Think about with a baseball team. It's different for somebody on first base than someone who's in the outfield or shortstop or the pitcher. Even though everybody has to do something at some time, a good coach knows who belongs where. And even if they're misplaced at one time and they see them evolving or changing into something else, they know how to maneuver them. And so, as leaders, I guess today is mainly for leaders. It's for people who are coaching, you know, coaching others, for those leaders, for those heads of ministries. Know your team. I'm head of a ministry right now that we are in the process of. I need to know who I have with me. I haven't known these ladies all their lives. I don't know them outside of ministry. And so I don't know their strengths and their weaknesses. I don't know who's good at encouraging, who are the people that are the communicators versus those people who are in the background making things happen. The ones who are good at strategy and at systems. And so I believe that God is calling us to a place of effectiveness and efficiency and excellence. And I believe that in order for us to achieve that, we have to know who's on our team. This has been One More Minute with Marcy. I'll be back tomorrow with another moment of momentum producing motivation. Until then, stay encouraged. And remember, you got to flutter before you can fly. But flying is in your future. Love y'all.